I don't want 100 jobs. I just want one job. Every time the resume gets rejected, the next resume is stronger. The next interview is stronger. The next final round is stronger. From June to July, every week I had 5 calls.
First of all, Prath, very many congratulations on cracking not only one, two job offers. And
Thanks a lot. Yeah.
I do understand it was 6 months of hard work. And before we start, do you want to share a bit about yourself, a bit about your background?
Alright, so hi everyone. So I'm Prath. Before getting to UK, I was working for a company called for almost 3 years, to be honest, as a software engineer. But I had some data analyst experience to me. But I want to grow more. Like I wanted to add Arsenal. I wanted to have those work-life balance as well. That's why I wanted to come to UK. So before coming to UK, I actually chose a proper university and the modules that I can work with. So that's why I chose University of Exeter. And after doing that, the market was a bit tight, but I wouldn't say it's bad. To be honest, the moment I got here, I actually understand like, oh, this is the skill set and this is where I lie in the market. And then the journey started actually from Jan, to be honest, if I think properly now. Like it's not about just the university journey, it's about the market journey, getting into the market. Thanks to onboarding with you guys, I got to know a lot of stuff that helped me till reaching this offer till now.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for sharing a bit about your background. You received two offers finally, and I think after giving 25, 30 interviews, do you want to share which sector and a bit more about the role?
All right. So the first offer I got was from a company called. It's a UK based company. Mostly my team is from US, but it's mostly revolving around the finances, the marketing, and as well the sales. So it's like a data analyst sitting over these three domains, and it's catering to capital carbon markets. To be honest, and the second role that I got was for it's a law based, like UK's biggest law firm, and same like a data analyst sitting on the sales, marketing, and this. So technically, in a nutshell, I can say like the data analyst working for go to markets, finance, and sales team. I think all in all, I can say that.
Okay, okay. And in your experience with all your interviews and everything, because data analyst works in very different domains, which domain do you think you get more interviews? You get to see more roles.
I would like to emphasize like there are two domains currently in hot trend. There is one domain called go to market. It's like B2B or B2C. Any of them it's fine. But go to market is a new like newly creating branch, and it's for the startup to scale big, or even for a big scale industry to survive in the market. It's a go to market. It revolves around like finance, sales, and all the team put together having insight more to it. And the second is marketing domain, just specific marketing domain. I think this too has a lot of jobs, to be honest. Even if I click on one refresh button, I can get 10 of it. And the thing about this is, if you have the domain knowledge right, you can target both of this domain really good, by the way. This two domain in particular has good job market and good like even revenue, like the job income they are providing. I think I can see that.
Nice, nice, nice. Do you want to share a bit more about your experience of all giving 30, 25 to 30 interviews? What are the top three learnings you will give to anyone if they are going for a data analyst interview?
So before getting the to the interviews part, like for the audience watching this, is understanding studying is not equal to job application. So CV tailoring this is a different thing, and learning scaling up domain knowledge is a different thing. So like much of our friends do part-time work along with applying for jobs. They think that this is studying. This is actually not. This is a job application is not studying. Studying is basically what else you're doing to be in. Since what I understand, like when I started applying for jobs is, as like me, there are 300 people and 300 people are applying for the job, and 300 people has access to chat gpt, youtube, udemy. So what else I can do to get on top of them? So my journey was started like I was failing initially the screening call, then the first round, then the final round. Then I was really comfortable in going to the final round at the later stage of the interviews. So one thing that put me over the other candidate was domain knowledge and ability to communicate. It's not like, so as like me and fellow Indians, we gotten used to interviews such as like, they will ask 10 question, I will answer 10 answer and we'll go home. That's not how it is in UK. It's like having conversation with a friend who's starting a startup idea. Like he will ask you, oh, what you can bring to the table, and I'm like, yeah, this is the thing I can do, and I know this domain. I think I can work with this. So having a conversation more on, oh, what I can do for you. I think that is what I learned in a nutshell, to be honest. If you want me to like go in more depth, I can. If you have
Awesome.
any questions on this.
No, no, I can totally understand that conversation is very much important. And it's, as Z mentioned always, it's not an interrogation, it's a conversation.
Yeah, that's a very solid point that Prath has made, that when you're going for an interview conversation, it's a very good analogy. Like you're talk as if you're talking to a friend who is starting a business. You need to be act like a human rather than trying to memorize 10, 20, or 33 questions. Because even if you get that role, still you don't really know what you have signed up for. So when you are having this conversation around value that you can bring, that's the most fundamental thing that anyone cares about. Particularly anyone who is looking to onboard you as a team member. So I think that's a very, very good learning from the process, Prath.
Yeah. One of the example that I want to mention about this conversation is one of the interviews, like they were looking for a Looker solution instead of Power BI. And I asked, why not Power BI? So I got into the conversation, why not Disk instead of just agreeing to the tool, like tech
Yeah.
stack they have. Like that gave me a chance to explore more. And that guy's like, oh, yeah, he knows what the tool. It's not about the tools. It's like, why are you using this? Always ask the question why to them as well. Like having a good conversation is what I like understand from this interviews like so far.
No, awesome. So I think you mentioned the point domain knowledge as one of the main points, in your journey when you were giving a lot of interviews. Do you want to share a bit more?
While I was working in M&S, I used to listen to podcast of the domain. Oh, what is the technology relevant now? So just watching one or two videos will not let you understand. Get to those podcasts, get to those seminars, understand what technology and what type of behavior the market is going forward. I think like it's just your interest is what will give you an edge. It's not like there are four video, you'll watch it, you'll go home, or you have the domain knowledge. It's not like that. You have to be passionate about learning that thing, right? So even for this interview, right, for the like tip here. So whenever I got to like final or second round, right? So let's say there was this carbon markets domain that I used to put a video like carbon markets podcast. So it's like 1 or 2 hours. So I used to put that and used to do the part time. So at the end of the day, I used to have that prior knowledge, and when I got home, I just used to write notes. And when I go to the interview, I was too confident with it. Like I used to have like equal footing with, it's not just the team leader there is, it's the director of the revenue operational analyst, like to be honest. And we had really good conversation because of the knowledge that I built. And there's also one of the trick that I understand is more reading. It's not just YouTube videos, because YouTube videos like 2-3 hours, the data can be consumed in 1 or 2 pages. So what else I used to do is like I used to search Google like carbon markets in Amazon, and the first book I used to view, right, I used to download the e-PDF of it and I used to read it, because the moment you read like 400 500 pages of it, you have consumed more than like 10 or 20 YouTube videos or Udemy videos. I think it's the extra effort I'm talking about. It can be other things, but this is the two things I've actually put for use quite extensively, to be honest.
I think you mentioned really two good points, which I want to emphasize, that you watch YouTube videos, but you took notes as well. In our day-to-day life, we watch a lot of videos, but we don't take notes. So that's really good point. Another point is the book one, which is really good. As you have mentioned, if you have read 400, 500 pages of a book, then you have already watched maybe hundreds of videos, to be honest.
Yes, and you have to have the app, because since I've like worked for 3 years before, like I used to work in software development where every 3 months there was a new patch of a software. So I was used to of reading manual pages of the software instead of YouTube videos. So the habit you have to put forward, because the moment I got onboarded for this company as well, they just put forward, oh, this is the documentation, this is the practice video. You have to get used to reading books a lot.
I think that makes sense. How was your experience in terms of getting interview preps from me and Z?
Yeah, the best thing about this is, and the thing that I would like to emphasize here is whenever you go to an interview, if you are a fresher, you don't have any clue of what exactly that role actually does, is actually go talk to the people who are in this field, like you and Z. You are in this field for past 4 5 years. You have a perspective of how the things work. Like I think when I had this interview prep with you, you have emphasized, oh, this is the thing that I have to talk more. This is, I think, even for the example like home base, how you managed to, there are different examples you put forward, and then I researched more on the examples. So talking to an industrial expert is actually like a shortcut to getting ace on. It's like even doing hard work without like getting an achievable result is not like valid, but actually like knowing exactly what to learn is what matters, right? And you are the industrial like leaders. You have been working for the past 4 5 years. I think I just got a shortcut to what your knowledge has been.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Is there anything else you would want to ask Prath or?
I think, yeah, I would like to learn from Prath's experience to how did you maintain to keep the momentum? Because it is very easy. We see this quite often that people go into an interview, 1 2 interviews, they are not able to get that job and they take that personally. They think it's something wrong with them and it's never going to be fixed and they are not going to be able to make it happen. So you have appeared in more than a couple of dozens interviews actually. What kept you going?
Yeah.
What was in your mind? Why did you not just get offended with the process and say, this is a broken process, doesn't work for me, I'll just do something else? So what clarity, what ambition, what things were in your mind that told you that it was going to come sooner or later?
Yeah, thank you for asking that question. I think that question will be personal to me, not just for me, because there are multiple friends here with me exactly in the same situation, having those pressure, having those, difficulty of, oh, what am. But the thing that made me positive is the perspective I had. So
Mhm,
I used to think like whenever I used to do like 10 job application and every one of the rejection, I'm like, oh, why am I getting rejected? So
mhm,
I had a perspective shift. So I just think about it. I don't want 100 jobs. I just want one job. So I
mhm,
used to just look at the company who's answering me and ignore the, rejections mail, even for interview mail. So what I learned from is the more interview I give, the more better my profile got. Like at the
mhm,
third round or the third interview or the third like 20 or 30 job application, my profile grew is what I look. Every time the resume get rejected, the next resume is stronger, the next
mhm,
interview is stronger, the next final round is stronger. So just having a perspective of you just need one jobs, not 100 jobs. So applying 100 jobs, you just have to look for one positive mail from anyone, and you have to just grow. Like I don't know, if you get sad from one rejection mail, it's a really hard journey ahead. To be honest, like from June to July, every week I had 5 calls left to right, and that was really good because after getting to know and from this many industrial expert in the interview, I just see that as a positive note. Like my profile is getting better. I have talk like speaking to more more industrial expert. It's just like what you take away from that interview is what matters. If you're just being stubborn and, oh, they rejected me, that like in life as well, like it's not gonna help.
Exactly.
That's a
And
very good perspective. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
And I think it's really cool the point that you mentioned that you only need one job.
yeah,
So if you're getting 99 rejections and you get one job, your job is done. You've done what you wanted to do, right? So that's very good. Otherwise, it's very easy for anyone to lose momentum and lose morale and confidence, thinking that they're not they haven't got what the market needs. The thing is that even if today you're not 100% aligned with what the market is looking for, well, align now. What's if you start today, in next few weeks you will have covered whatever gaps you have, because ultimately you come from a software engineering background, you studied disciplines that are relevant to what you're looking for, so all you were missing was likely small gaps here and there really that you needed to fill. So I think your journey is a great example for people who are aspiring to get into the market, that they should not be looking at 2 rejections as I'm a failure and I will not be able to crack it. Instead of, they should be focusing on that one success that they need to get to fully succeed in that mission.
and at the end you got two offers, which is always good to have. You feel more confident, and which is really good. Anything else, Prath? Do you want to share anything else? Anything from your journey? Anything that could help anyone out there who is watching this video?
All right, so here's the roadmap for anyone watching this video is
Awesome.
the CV, right? CV, this like just close your eyes and go and talk with Karan or Z, to be honest. Because CV, and if you get this thing sorted out, you can just focus on studying, scaling up. Because CV and all of it requires tactic. It requires months and months of tailoring on every other lines. Every other line is important. To be honest, when I onboarded with Z and Karan, like you really saved my progress from like 4 or 5 months of trial and error on CV, just like getting like on point interviews, and then I actually learned and scale up my whole time. I think that is what I will tell other people. If you are looking for like getting a job real quick, just focus on studying like domain knowledge, your tech stack. I'm telling you right now, even if you do like some Udemy YouTube courses, it's not enough. Everyone has a chat GPT, everyone has a Udemy access. You have to take extra efforts, to be honest, and doing for 40 50 hours of part time will not justify like the your remaining 20 or 2 days of work. To be honest, I took a break from part time for like 4 or 5 days just to sit there and do it consistently. Like talking to industrial expert like yourself. Just talk to people who actually work, because superficial answer does not get you a job, real ones do.
Yeah. I think you made a really good point that I do remember that you skipped your part-time because you had interviews, you were not working. Obviously, you have to pay the bills as well, but you focused on the bigger picture, which is true now. You have got two offers, which is great. And congratulations again, and thank you for your time.
Wish you best of luck, Prath, for your future. I'm sure it's just the beginning of the journey.
Thanks a lot.